we go. All right, everybody, it's noon on the dot. Welcome back. Coach Luis here, health fitness specialist with Exos at Autodesk. Welcome to Functional Fitness Friday and guided breathing, a beautiful fall Friday here on October the 8th, I believe it is. Hope everyone's having a good day. What we're going to get into today is a challenging one. So, going to be EMOM style workout. The intervals that we're going to be working on today, 50 seconds of work, 10 seconds to rest and transition throughout. So it's going to be minimal rest here today. Lots of work, lots of activation, particularly in the axial skeleton, shoulders, and hips mainly. All right. What we're going to start with here today, you guys, is a alternating single leg RDL. So I'll give you guys the side view here. What we want to do is make sure you have some space both in front and behind you. We're going to plant one foot. I'm going to start with my left. Get a little soft in that knee. Welcome, welcome, everybody. Let me just pin myself here. There we go. All right. So, like I said, structure today is going to be 50 seconds of work, 10 seconds of rest. We're going to be doing 4 intervals, 3 rounds, 12 minutes, quick in and out, and then we'll cool down. We'll get into our guided breathing. We'll relax, maybe even fall asleep a little bit at the end. What we're going to start with movement-wise today, guys, is our single leg RDL. What we're going to do, we're not going to split it into 2 intervals. We're just going to alternate. So I'm going to plant all my weight onto my left leg here, get kind of soft through that left knee, keeping the core tight. I'm going to hinge, come all the way down, or as far as my hamstrings will let me, come all the way back up with the core squeezing my glute here. I'm going to put my right foot down. We'll do the same thing other side. So staying nice and square to the ground, I want us to pretend we got the headlights on the shoulders and on the hips. So every time we go down, we're blinding the ground. We don't want to feel like we're going to open up to each side here. We really want to make sure that those hips can stay square to the ground. It might even feel like that foot we're planted on is right in the middle of our center of mass as we come down. So be active through those feet and those toes. Try and keep that arch up. Next up, what we're also going to be doing is a single leg push-up. This one is one of my favorites, super challenging for the upper body and the hips at the same time. So again, we're going to be switching about halfway through here. We're going to get one leg up, do our nice strict push-up, staying square with those hips again. Don't open those hips up. Don't let me see the inside of your hips. And then we'll switch. We'll do the other side. Again, nice strict push-up, trying to stay square to the ground. As we go here today, guys, I'd rather us be really just nice and strict with the push-up, maybe stringing together 1, 2, 3 reps at a time, nice and quality. We can rest, we can reset, we'll switch it up, and then we'll go into the next one, which is going to be our overhead march. One of my favorites for developing balance. Just like last week, we're going to get those arms up nice and high. We can ball our hands up, thumbs up. They're going to be pointed behind us here. And then we'll drive one knee up, balance on that opposite leg, squeezing the opposite glute really nice and hard. Want to be up nice and tall. If you're more focused on just that hip position, guys, you can have the hands on the hips. Imagine you're holding a nice little bowl of water. Don't let the bowl tip around and let water out. The glutes are going to be key into keeping our balance there. Finally, guys, we're going to be on our back for the bridge march. Again, I figured out a nice way for us to get up and down off the ground without having to do any burpees. Just as usual, we got the toes up, the heels down. We're driving down. Glutes will squeeze. We'll bring one up. Other one will come up. No special tempo with this one here today, guys. We just want to lock in each position. So we want to make sure that there's no big tilting in the front of those hips as we switch. It's okay if we need to spend a second or two to stabilize and get those glutes and hamstrings going in between that hip movement. So those are going to be our 4 things. We're going to be doing 3 rounds. So it's 12 minutes of work. We want to keep it nice and tight, nice and precise today, pumping out just more quality than anything. And then we'll get into our cool down and then our breathing, really calm it down before going into the rest of this Friday. All right, everybody, what we got to do next is jump into our warm-up. So let's stand it all the way up. Let's get the hands on the hips. We'll start with our nice marching, kind of been a staple in this class. really helps us with our balance. Want to really find those glutes. So I got my right glute squeezed as my right foot's down. You can go ahead and switch. Good job, you guys. And it's okay if the hips kind of feel a little bit uneven as far as how high we can kind of bring that knee up or the rotation. Do the best you can, but we're really trying to maintain that nice stable bowl of water. So the focus is on anything, it's on those glutes and your bowl of water. Good job, you guys. We're starting to warm those feet up. We're getting active through those feet. Good. Keep those arches up. I'm going to create a nice tripod, big toe, little toe, heel. Last one. Here we go. Good job, you guys. We're going to be feeling our calves later on with that. Okay. Shake those legs out. Next thing we're going to do is a little bit of an inchworm. So let's come to the bottom of our space. So we got some room to work in front of us. Push those hips back like we're trying to touch a wall behind us. We're then going to walk those hands out. Getting those shoulders warmed up. We're going to find our nice high plank. Nice strong exhale. Then we can push our hips up, walking those feet in, and then starting to bend the knees as necessary in order to get those feet as close to our hands as possible. If you'd like, we can straighten out those legs. We'll roll it all the way up. We can reset or turn around and go back the way that we came. Same deal. One more inchworm. Push those hips back. Going to create some room for us to get to that spine. And then we can start to walk those hands out. Nicely done, nicely done. Hands are under the shoulders. Nice tight core here. Elbows locked out. And then we can push our hips up, bringing those feet in, trying to find some stretch maybe in the hamstrings. Medium though, don't want it to be way too intense. We're not looking to put any extra stretch on those hamstrings, especially before our workout here. All right, y'all. So we're feeling kind of juiced up. Upper body's warmed up, lower body's warmed up. We can kind of give it a shake. If you're feeling like you need something extra, go ahead and give me 5 air squats. What we're going to need today, you guys, some water so we can stay hydrated, just some space to move, no extra equipment. Now, if you'd like to, though, you can really challenge yourself by holding something extra up overhead while we do that overhead march. Now, I will warn you, when we hold something up overhead, we really got to have the hands right above our head, or it's going to be really hard. We're going to feel that weight of whatever we're holding, even if it's like kind of pulling us forward a little bit. So do the best you can. If you want to hold on to something, make it nice and light. I might grab onto the PVC pipe. We'll see, but that's how we're going to roll today. All right, let me get the timer set up. We'll get it going. All right, y'all, like I said, whoa, timer, what are we doing here? This thing finally breaking on me? Nah, we are good. Okay. All right, guys. So starting with that alternating single leg RDL, make sure you got some space in front and behind for that one. Trying to keep it square. Let's make it nice and quality here today. Do the best you can. 3, 2, 1. All right, we're on the clock. Okay, doesn't matter which side we start with because we're going to alternate. Now, if we want to grab onto something like the furniture as we come down to try and maintain the balance, you can do that, but try and make it 80% your power. We're moving under your own power, your own stability, making sure that we can really use those feet. Good job, everybody. It's okay to be a little bit wobbly. I'm wobbly here. My right side definitely more stable than the left, but that's what we're here to work on. Trying to even it out, doing the best we can, loading up those hips. Got one more rep in us here. And time. All right, guys, we're down on the ground. Up next for our single leg push-up. Doesn't matter which hip we start with up first. I'll be telling you about 25 seconds in that it's time to switch. All right, let's get one heel up. Nice and tight, going down. Really squeezing through those armpits. We're really gonna feel it in the chest as well. Core's gotta stay tight. Good. All right, guys, it's time to switch. Take a little rest as needed. Let's get it going on the other side. Man, these are challenging. Good. Good job, you guys. A little bit of time to rest here. Let's do one more. Good, and time. We can rest those knees. Good job, you guys, good job. Okay, let's come all the way up. We got the overhead march up next. Ball those fists up, thumbs are gonna be pointing behind us. Here we go. Use the core, lock that rib cage down. I wanna see any ribs flaring. And remember, guys, if we're really struggling with the balance, standing near a piece of furniture or a wall, these are things that are really gonna help us have a nice safety net, provide us any stability should we feel like we're about to wobble a little too far out of our own balance. Good, before we even have that opposite foot come up, tripod with the foot, really push down with the big toes here. Man, my shoulders are burning. Almost done, guys, almost done. Keep those hands up, thumbs pointed back. Last one here. And time. Let those arms down, we can shake those shoulders out, good job. Okay, we're down back on the ground, bridge march. Coming up next, big time for our hamstrings and glutes. Here we go, we got the toes up, heels down. Strong exhales are gonna help us keep that core nice and tight. Keep those hips from tilting side to side. I always like to imagine a plate of my favorite food or my lunch sitting right here in front of my hips. Any kind of big tilt is gonna send that plate sliding right off. Let's keep it nice and even. Well done, guys, well done. Coming towards the end of round one here. Good, there we go, almost done. Good. And time, let's slowly let those hips down. Good job, everybody. Okay, we gotta stand it back up. Short rest time, it's our RDLs up next. Okay, we're up and we are ready to go. Let's plant that foot, tripod foot. Feel that stretch in the hamstring and the glute, and then we squeeze to come back up. Big glute squeeze. Every time we're coming up, we're imagining crushing a walnut back there. Good job, everybody. Good. Core stays tight so we can kind of move the rest of the body really easily with that hip. Good, tripod foot. Good job, everybody, good job. Almost done here, we got time for one more. Good, and we're done. All right, guys, getting through round two here pretty quick. Single leg push-up up next. Let's prepare our upper body here. All right, let's find our spot. Let's start to go. Nicely done, everybody, nicely done. All right, guys, it is time to switch. Feel free to take a short rest. We got the opposite one up next. And time, there we go. Whew. That was tough. All right, let's stand it back up, you guys. We got our overhead march coming in hot. Let's ball up those hands, ball up those fists. Thumbs going behind us here, and we're marching. Tripod foot. Doesn't have to be a super slow march, but we at least want to lock some stuff in. That bowl of water is going to be secured by our glute every time we drive that opposite knee. Good. Hands up nice and high. And control that knee as we drive it. Good job, you guys. Whew. Shoulders are feeling it. Shake out those shoulders if you need to. We're almost done though. Let's hop right back in. Good. Find your pace. Find what works. Last one. Here we go. And time. All right, guys. Arms down. We can shake them out just like that. We're coming into the end of round 2. Bridge march up next. All right, guys. Time to go. Toes up, heels down. And we're marching. Really supporting ourselves now with those glutes, that squeeze. Good. Want to be picture perfect as we drive one knee. Imagine someone's here. Every time we drive that knee, we're pausing just for a moment. Someone could take a nice picture of us. Good, almost done, guys. A few seconds left. Last knee drive, here we go. And relax. Whew. Bring those hips down nice and soft. Just like that, guys, we are done with 2/3. Let's stand it on up. Alternating RDL. Last time you got to do it. Here we go. Foot planted, tripod foot. Coming down, maybe getting some support. Hand on the wall is always a good place to get some support as well. Don't push on that wall though as we come up. We want that all to come from our hips. Lots of rigidity through that core. Good, and as we hinge, we're still trying to push those hips back almost. Again, to kind of touch a wall or maybe close the car door behind us as we're bringing in a bunch of groceries. Excellent work, guys. 10 seconds. Some of our best work so far. Here we go. Good, last rep. Nicely done. There we go. All right. Quick rest, you guys. Shake it out. We got the single leg push-up coming up next. All right, let's find the ground. Last time we got to do this. Let's struggle. Here we go. Core is tight. Don't get lazy through the middle there, guys. Stay supported. Try and bust out as many as you can. Quality here. All right, let's take a quick rest. It's time to switch it over. All right, y'all. Here we go. Final time we got to do these. Almost done, you guys. Stay with me. And now it's time to rest. Oh man, really pushed it there. All right, you guys, good job. Way to get that quality in. Let's get into our march now. Hands up, thumbs going backwards. Man, that really took a lot out of me. Let's finish strong here, guys. So lots of hip action next couple of minutes. We're under 2 minutes now of work. Good. There we go. Slow and methodical. Good. There we go. And my shoulders are on fire. We still got 10 seconds, you guys. Let's keep it going. Finishing strong through the end of this interval. Last rep here. Drive that knee. Squeeze, hold, and rest. All right, you guys, shake it out. Let's find the ground. It's our glute bridge with the march. All right, here we go. We're on the clock. Strong exhales every time we drive a knee. It's gonna help us stay really solid through that core. Act like you're bracing for an impact. If someone's gonna come along and give you a tap with the PVC pipe. Don't wanna be soft. Let them know you're rock solid through that core. Good. Good job, everybody. 15 seconds, that's all we got left. Here we go, you guys, final seconds. And time, let's slowly bring those hips down. Good job, everybody. Feel free to rest there on the ground for a moment if you'd like. That is the timer letting us know that our final 10 seconds of rest on the tail end is over. We're gonna continue to rest there, you guys, so feel free to stand up, walk around the room a little bit, just walk it off if you feel the need. All right, y'all, so quick cool down. Lots of hip action here. Let's grab a quick half kneeling position. You guys probably know what's coming next. We're squeezing that glute. Belly button gets pulled in. We're pushing the hips forward a little bit, just trying to find a medium stretch to the front of that hip. All that marching and bridge marching. We don't want the hips to get too tight on us. We're using a lot of core muscles, a lot of hip flexors there. As we start to calm the breathing down, we're maintaining that squeeze, giving our hips a solid push forward, just for a medium stretch. That's all we really need. One more breath. Good, feeling more calm already. Let's switch it up. Same deal, other side here. So big glute squeeze, belly button gets pulled in. That's gonna tilt our pelvis back. And then we're just finding that tension wherever it's at. Might feel a little uneven through those hips, and that's okay. I'm noticing a strong asymmetry. My right hip is really tight. Lots of sitting lately. Lots of hip work. Just got to keep working on it, you guys, 2-3 times a day. That's what's really going to help us out here. With these hip flexors, it's going to be a constant battle. Never really goes away, I've learned. Let's do one more big breath here. Nicely done. Okay, we can lose that glute tension. We can shift the hips back a little bit. All right, you guys. So now it's time for guided breathing. Arguably my favorite class to teach, or session to teach, I guess. What we're gonna do, first steps are to find a comfortable position, something where you can mostly relax. This can be seated, this could be lying down. You could even be lying on your stomach if that's comfortable for you. But what we wanna do is get into a position that we can either feel where our belly is rising. So if you're on your stomach, you can probably feel it in contact with the ground. If you're lying on your back, one hand on the stomach or the rib cage usually does the trick. And if you're seated, you can also rest a hand kind of right on the front of the torso here. And what we want to feel as we inhale is a lot of expansion here. We want to really use the diaphragm and try and pull as much air into the lungs as possible, trying to expand and blow everything up kind of like a balloon in this torso of ours. And so as we do that, we're going to feel our hand move away from the body. And then as we exhale, we'll feel that lower abdomen kind of deflate a little bit, like a balloon letting its all its air out. So that's what we want to keep constant as we get into this guided breathing. And today I'm going to challenge us a little bit with some long intervals. What we're going to go for is 5, 2, 6. So trying to inhale for 5, hold for 2, and then exhale for 6. Since we're directly coming off this workout, we can start maybe a little bit lower. Maybe it's 4, 2, 5 or 3, 2, 5. And as we progress a little bit, we're going to be able to unlock a little bit of a longer inhale here. So without any further ado, we can close our eyes, get comfortable, and really start to get into it, focusing on the breathing. Breathing through the nose, the mouth, or a combination of the two is all good, highly encouraged here. A fun fact though, as we take air in through our nose specifically, our nasal cavity conditions it, makes it land a little bit softer in the lungs. So sometimes if we have trouble catching our breath, teaching ourselves to breathe in through that nose can be a valuable skill. Even when we're working hard in workouts and things like that, it can feel really challenging. It may feel like we're not getting enough air, but it's been shown to be an effective strategy, kind of managing how we breathe, managing our lung function and optimizing that function. Good job so far, everybody. If you haven't already, ask the body to try and lengthen out until that 5, 2, 6, and do the best you can to spread it out and find that rhythm. All right, everybody, slowly you can begin to maybe bring a little bit more awareness to your surroundings. If you'd like to, you can continue to hang out in your comfortable position and breathe. And just continue to kind of calm it down. That is all the time I have left for this session. I want to say thank you guys for joining me here today. And thank you for making my experience here with Exos at Autodesk nothing short of amazing. This is my final class here today. So if you guys would like to continue with these classes, they're always on the YouTube channel. You can always go back and rewatch one of the previous sessions. Try and get a little bit better at one of the things, whether it's the marching, the push-ups, all the kind of tempo stuff that we've done. But I do want to again extend my thanks and wish you guys all the best in your future endeavors. So one last time, this is going to be Coach Luis signing off from this room with a couch behind me, end of an era for my virtual space here, but I've appreciated everything you guys have given me, and I look forward to what everyone can be doing in the future. Never stop improving. I will see you guys later on.
Thanks, Luis.